Hey, how you going, everyone out there? So I thought I'd do a little rant. Someone asked me a while ago to continue talking about impasse, right? So as I said last time, the impasse are the Earth's conduit, basically, to take all of the negative and then transform it into positive. But what you got to understand is the reason why we are impasse is the simple reason is that we have a connection to source since birth, and basically what we are inside is what we are on the outside, and we have a remembrance in our natural ability to actually remember what energy is when you're born. And your hands will tingle all the time through your life, basically like basically the same as what we are on the outside on the chessboard itself, with the electromagnetic energy pulling out from each person's hands, and then the telepathic energy that's also creating the giant one consciousness that we deem God inside of the Matrix. But we are basically what we are outside there, but inside of this physical avatar. That's the reason why energy has been so sensitive, is because you were born aware, but not aware to your surroundings, but aware to source, and then over time the indoctrination overtook your natural ability to understand exactly what was going on, and then it took you into a world, and then the sensitivity of the energy that's created, that's manifested by basically inside physical creation frequencies, then actually start to alter your frequency as a consciousness, energy, and singularity. So you start to shun away and pull away from it and not understand what it is, until basically it makes you to remember and to retrain yourself to communicate with that life force, intelligent energy all the time after, so you can work and in perfect synchronization with it while you're inside of the Matrix. But when you get bad panic attacks and stuff like that, what it is that the energy is escaped, or the energy is pushed through your aura gaps, and it isn't actually functioning right in your energy path. So when it's going down into your solar plexus, it's not actually sitting in your solar plexus, so then you get energy blocks and stuff like that, and then you have all the physical and the mental issues that go on in real life that then create the other blocks that allow the other blocks to become a lot stronger, and then after that, because the energy hasn't been centered properly, you start to experience panic attacks and out of body just feeling all the time and stuff like that, until you rebalance and you basically center yourself to be back inside your body, because what it is just that your erratic energy, and you feel erratic, like if you have a panic attack out there, anyone that's had a panic attack would already know that panic attacks give you like that full cold chest, ice chest around your heart. You feel like you're dying. You feel like you're going to collapse instantly on the ground. Like these fucking Hollywood fucking things showing you a panic attack in a bag is just fucking full of shit. What it's really like is having a full fledged heart attack where you don't die each time, and that's a true panic attack, and that's basically you yourself are dying, but you're not really dying. But it's like you are experiencing what it's like to jet out of your body, and then at the end of it you just stop. It's like the flight or flight, like basically like they say it's flight or flight, but it's not. It's the energy pass and stuff like that. But what it is that you as a spirit can't be fucked with the reality, basically, hey. So it's trying to retrain you also, because you're a empathic person. Our empathic spirit still got resonance right back to the source, that you actually get remembered while you're doing everything here. So when you start to reawaken, like I said, when you start to reawaken, like I said, you start to become more in tune with the inside the matrix frequencies, and the indoctrinations change you and stuff like that over time, naturally. But with the panic attacks, they get more and more and more and more. It starts off at the beginning of life with just a little bit of anxiety. Anxiety starts to build more and more and more. Anxiety is basically not the control over the energy that's coming towards you, and the constant leak of the energy throughout your aura and then into your own chakras, unbalancing you all the time. So you basically feel unwell all the time as well. And as you get further and further into it, they'll increase more and more and more until the anxiety gets more and more and more, till it turns to what we deem inside of the physical construct, mental illnesses, and then it can progress more and more and more, basically, to it can entrap you. And that's coming from me, mate. So I know exactly where I'm coming from with what I'm explaining here. I also know how to stop it as well, etc. like that, and that's what I'm working on all the time as well. But the whole reason that we're put here, like I said before, is because we are the conduits to actually help the matrix fluctuations work in the way they do. We are healers to the system, and we are also the hackers to the system, and the psychics and the mediums, and basically the ones that can experience the outside realm that is connected to us all the time. We just have to bring it to that remembering of how we get back to the outside realm, because we are all brothers and sisters on the outside, and we are creating this one consciousness of energy that basically governs all of us in creation. And in between that, there's also the governor energy that doesn't want spirit to ever find physical, and physical doesn't allow spirit to be recognized unless you go through a lot of training and understanding of what the spirit really is, and then you get your natural remembrance anyway of spirit, and then you get connected to source, yada, yada, yada. But to be an empath is a very special role, like I said before, because you have to have and endure a life that most and won't, because you're not greedy, and because you're not selfish, and because you think of others all the time. You constantly pull that negative energy towards you all the time, because you're putting so much positive, and you know how much negative has to come at you to equal the same as the positive that you give out. So you constantly have to deal with hardships all the time, from being just a good person to other people, and that is your design, and that is the understanding that you got. For the simple reason is you were supposed to always understand how creation always worked in the law of duality, and you were supposed to understand that everything was only that one consciousness energy that is that self-awareness that basically governs everything in and out of all creation. And as you're already connected, as you get further on into life, you get more of a reawakening and connection back to your original soul. Well, not original soul, just your soul, or the Holy Spirit, as they say. And when you find it, you return straight back to your Holy Spirit in your body, and you become the full empathic person that you're supposed to be inside of the construct matrix yourself, because you've been reawakened as spirit inside of a physical avatar. And after you do that, your natural ability to control energy and use energy and to heal others with energy and do a lot more with energy is just the remembrance of what you can naturally do from spirit. So that's the reason why many seek past using energy, because they understand energy a lot more than any other person that isn't empathic, especially when a lot of people can't even put their head over to the side to pop over and understand that there is that ethereal realm of that electromagnetic self-aware consciousness that creates everything in and out of all existence, and put it down to other stereotypes and fabrications to understand what creation is really about. So peace, love, and respect all. I thought I'd chuck that up for a little bit more about empathic people and the reason why we're here and what our tasks are. Our tasks in the Matrix are to guide others to remember. We are the ones connected to Source on the outside that can bring messages to the inside. And the stronger the empathic connection, the stronger the connection to Source, obviously, and the more info, yada, yada, yada. But we are the direction givers inside of the Matrix. Like I said, every empath has a role, and the role is to be that conduit to just constantly soak in every other person's negativity. And even if you do it over the phone, like I bet you don't know this, but in my time online, I must have dealt with about 50 people throughout the channel that have just come to me through different videos and that in the past and over time saying, bro, I've had enough. My family's doing this, and my wife's done this, and the divorce, yada, yada, yada. And they told me they're going to kill themselves. And I tried to talk to them out of it, yada, yada, yada. But it happens, and you feel it. You do feel it, because, hey, fucking it is another frequency of consciousness energy that was inside the Matrix that was removed. And you couldn't do anything to stop it. You could try to, and you can only say words, you know what I mean? Especially through a cell phone or anything like that. But it affects you, just like sending energy work to someone quantumly can make you drained as hell on the other side of the world. Or even when you've just done a Reiki session, you can be drained as hell, because you've given so much energy and used your energy to move so much of the one's energy, I should say, to heal and put intent and manifest good intent towards the person that you're trying to heal, or the client. And after that, it's just up to the one. But you've already understood that that's how we are actually to manifest and heal. So just like the whole reason of being born fully empathic and connected to source is to give you the realization of duality from an instant of being inside the world at young, that the more sensitive that you are back to source and connected to source, the more the frequencies inside the matrix will interfere with your singularity of consciousness, so, but what the whole thing was to teach us once again that everything is positive and negative, created by the one. We're connected to the source, and everything is made of energy. And we, being so empathic and understanding that energy frequency and how our energies work, because we get that re-remembering as spirit, but still sitting in avatar. Well, that's the message to the world, that people have to understand that it's not a new age fantasy. It's not new age creation. It's actually the way that it's always worked, but people have always just misinterpreted the understanding of it and used it for the agendas and intents towards hiding and creating fabrication over the truth of what everything really is, to simply fucking keep going. Because once you understand the truth of what's really going on, you don't need science, you don't need anything like that, because science comes to an end, because you know everything of in and out of all existence. So how does science help you anymore with fabrications of fake space and fucking sphere earths and shit like that, when all they're doing is indoctrinating you always away from that path to actually ever find and return to spirit and to get your natural empathic abilities, when the whole matrix is against you trying to find it. But see, this is also another law of duality, and the reason why it's been created like this is because you always have to remember that the physical construct is nothing and it's not really real, and it's an illusion, and the only thing that really exists is electromagnetic energy that's conscious itself, and basically that all we are is part of that frequency, and we just understand that as being a human avatar, but having the natural remembrance of what it's really all about later as we get into this matrix and we start to progress more and more and more until we're woken up more and more by source on the outside, until basically everything of all of consciousness will be revealed always, and it will just show the earth eventually that we are the full real creation as energy of everything. And that's where we're going in the future, to have full universal knowing. And when we got universal knowing, when people can understand that everything's just energy, energy itself can be used and it can be changed to change vibrational frequencies and speed, etc., to be able to change the visual overlays inside of the construct. And when you can understand exactly how we are manifesting all of this energy, etc., well, that's when it gets really, really interesting. But anyone that wants to learn more about like empath, I don't go into full so much empath in the book, but the book itself is designed by an empath, well, me, so you know. But as I explained, there's a lot of things in there that will help any other empath out there to understand exactly what's really going on. And the book is 100% from source, like I say, so it's given to us from the outside, inside, for you to read it. And as you read it, you remember. You don't need me to sit there and make another video or anything after you got the book, because as soon as you read from the beginning to the end, you'll be like, well, this is me. I remember me. And as soon as you do that, you start to remember what you are as spirit. And when you remember you are spirit, you get your natural connection back to source, and you get your tether again, and you can start to understand and start to get more and more information once you're open. So anyone out there that needs more understanding of energy, basically what's happened with the Mandela effect, the construct matrix itself, vibrations, energy work, meditation, explaining the paranormal, and just the list goes on and on and on inside the book. So just check it out if you need, and if you feel like that's what you want to do because you need more understanding into these kind of fields, it'll give you a great insight and an understanding. So peace, love and respect all, and I thought I'd chuck that up for you because I had a few requests. So namaste.